me is Matt Murrie. The title of his presentation, What If Curiosity Can Make Better Digital Citizens? And his 6-word bio, author, entrepreneur, author, edupreneur, chief curiosity curator, what if 360. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Matt, who's often looked at with Curran as big me and little me, and you will see why in 1 second.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, when I found out I was going to be preceded by mini-me, I couldn't tell you how excited I was. But then in preparing this presentation, I got even more excited because it's, I'm all about what if. And it's like, what if what we just saw here wasn't strange? Like, wow, little kids getting up there and doing it? Like, what if this was normal? What if this is what we just expected our students to be doing, right? What if this is the new normal? So what if we could use curiosity to make better digital citizens? And I want to even challenge us, what if we can go even beyond digital citizens? And what if this is really about citizenship, right? So what if this edupreneur, right? So I did a startup called What If 360, and it all got started with this big, crazy idea. And it's not unlike digital citizenship, right? A big, crazy idea, because if you're not dreaming big enough, if you're not going for the, forget moonshots, let's go to Mars, let's go beyond that, right? If you're not going big, then what are you doing it for? And for us, our big, crazy idea was this idea that curiosity is a natural resource. Now, what if curiosity is a natural resource? And if it is, what if we can convert it into an energy? Think about that just for a second. Because with curiosity, who's curious? Right? Who can be curious, right? Who has the potential to be curious? I've got over 15 years of teaching, 3 different continents, 5 different countries, every age group. The one consistent thing about student success, curiosity. Didn't matter how rich they were, what country they came from, what religion they were, what language they spoke. Get this, I know dumb people who are curious, right? You can be dumb and still be curious and have success in school or life, right? So what if it's a natural resource? And if so, what if we can point that resource, what if we can convert it into energy and then point it to stuff like education and then use it to be a real paradigm shift in education? And not just for the schools, but for what we do beyond the schools, because already they're telling us, right, where we send the students later on, they're telling us, our kids aren't creative enough. Our kids aren't, not our kids, I'm sorry, our workers aren't creative enough. They're not curious enough. Jobs have changed. The demands, the skills, the things we need to be doing to be successful in life and work are different. Curiosity is at the heart of all of this. So what if it became a starting point for learning? What's this look like? Well, with curiosity, it becomes a starting point, but when you ask these questions, and what if, right? You start learning what people are curious about, what they care about, what they wonder, what makes them human. So we take these pathways of empathy, and it always results in action, because remember, it's an energy. You don't just sit down after you what if and have all these questions. You got to do something, like be the change, right? Like start a petition, like do something with what's going on in your head. But what if this isn't a new idea? When you study education, you'll probably come across this guy, Paulo Freire, who believe education has a purpose, right? But we got to change education in order to change society. And that education should be something that is restless. It's impatient. You break it and put it back together again, right? And we're kind of doing that with digital citizenship right now. But what if we already have models for this, right? It's not like we're just making up as we go. We can see what this looks like. How we transform from the teacher or the dictator, right, to the facilitator. Where this external information are those questions, those ideas, those things that the kids and the students are wondering, what do we do with this? Instead of telling them this is how you use digital techniques or how to become a citizen, we're listening to them and letting them direct the conversation, the learning, the action. And if this is still too chaotic for you, we can follow a little line, right? we'll kind of curve that line in a circle, but we can do this. We can do this, and not just for education overall, but we can also, well, before I get to that, I'm sorry, this is what it looks like when you start with the question. Even the question is silly, ridiculous. We can't answer what happened if the South won the Civil War, right? But when you see the progression, that last point, they're talking about diversity in the classroom. That's the lesson. But look where the starting point was. And what if we can focus this specifically on digital citizenship? This is when we use what if with kids in digital citizenship. They talk about, we can't think on our own without the teachers. This is a problem. They're uncomfortable. They want student voices. And I love this because they go, we're uncomfortable. The kids are excited about being uncomfortable. Because what if digital citizens are like firefighters, right? We have buildings on fire and everybody's running out of it. They run to it. They're solving the problems. They don't look at problems as the world is broken. They look at these as problems as opportunities for growth, for development, to make us all better. So what if education and digital citizenship combined could be the social changes we need? And just a little thing to leave you with here to kind of challenge you is we're at the beginning, and digital citizenship is not just at the beginning today, but really we're co-creating it right now. And one of the activities I like to do with teachers, with students, with whomever, to kind of get a little deeper into the thoughts and the things we're doing, is to do something called What to Wow. And I challenge you to do all of this with the concept of digital citizenship. And I can share this and everywhere else, but as I move the slide, I'll come back, don't worry. It's kind of easy to remember because we're just taking the 8 question words, all right? Who, what, when, where, why, how, and wow. Yeah? I love these 8 questions. They're like, wow is not a question. It's like, no. Exclamation point, that's just a question mark that's been working out, right? So my challenge for you is to take this with digital citizenship. And the big challenge is answer each one of these in only one sentence. Because as Oscar Wilde said, I would have written you a shorter letter if I had the time, right? So when you hear one sentence, you may go, it's easy, whatever. No, this could take a while. You may need to revisit it. But I want you to challenge on your own and then share with each other. Go through this and kind of get an understanding of what is digital citizenship. And then I think you'll find that's a first step of converting that natural resource into an energy that's going to drive you forward. Thanks.
Thank you.